They called him Chuka the Young Billionaire. In our town, his name carried the weight of a god. When mothers wanted to encourage their sons, they said, "Pray you will be like Chuka." When girls wanted to tease each other, they whispered, "Don't worry, maybe Chuka will notice you." Even elders, who never bowed to anyone, tipped their caps when his convoy of jeeps rumbled past. He was too young for that kind of money. Barely in his late 20s, yet he lived like a king. His mansion stood at the very edge of town, a massive structure of glass, marble, and gates so tall they seemed to touch the sky. At night, it glittered with light so bright, it looked like daylight inside his compound while the rest of us sat in darkness from power outage. Every weekend was a festival at his house. Music, laughter, shouts of joy. Drinks that most of us had only seen on television flowed like water. Girls from every corner of the state came, dressed in shining gowns and loud makeup. Some of them bragged in the market, boasting of being invited to his parties. Some of them never bragged again, because they never returned. At first, nobody noticed. Who would? People come, people go. But slowly, whispers began. The tailor's daughter went to Chuka's house one Friday evening. She never returned home. A girl from the next village came with her friends to one of his famous parties. Only the friends returned. Then a stranger from the city came in a flashy car, but that car was later seen abandoned near the junction, empty. Yet, whenever the matter came up, people waved it aside. After all, who would dare accuse Chuka? He was the village's pride. His money spoke louder than gossip. He built boreholes, donated to churches, gave cash to widows. At weddings, he sprayed bundles so carelessly that even the poorest man danced with joy when Chuka was around. Who cared about missing girls, when there was money to collect? But I cared. Something about him unsettled me. I don't know why, but my eyes were always watching. Maybe because I noticed how he never kept the same girl twice. Maybe because his smile never reached his eyes. Or maybe because of the night I saw something strange. It was past midnight. I had been walking back from my cousin's place when I heard faint music. Normally, Chuka's compound would be silent by that time. Parties usually ended before midnight. But that night, the air vibrated with soft drums and strange humming sounds. Not the usual music of DJs, but something deeper. Something that felt wrong. Curiosity drew me closer. I stopped near the neem trees by the back fence of his mansion. That was when I noticed a faint glow rising from behind the building, a strange blue light that danced like fireflies. My heart pounded. I should have walked away, but my legs betrayed me. I heard voices. One of them was clearly Chuka's, smooth and commanding. The other was softer, a female voice. She was laughing, but her laughter didn't sound happy, it sounded nervous, unsure. Then the laughter ended suddenly. Silence swallowed the night. A heavy, dreadful silence that pressed against my ears. Then came the sound that chilled me to my bones, a splash. Water. Moving. At that hour, I froze, hiding in the shadows. My eyes tried to pierce the tall fence, but I could only see the glow dancing, hear the faint ripples, and then a low chuckle. Chuka's voice again. But this time, his laughter was not the laughter of a man entertaining friends at a party. It was darker. It was the kind of sound that crawls into your skin and refuses to leave. The hairs on my neck stood. My body screamed at me to run, but my legs were heavy. I felt something cold creeping into my chest, something telling me I had just witnessed something I was not supposed to see. I turned and staggered away, heart hammering. That night, I could not sleep. Even when I closed my eyes, I kept hearing that splash. That laughter. And that strange glow. From that day, I began to watch Chuka more closely. By day, he was the generous billionaire, laughing with chiefs, donating to churches, spraying at events. But by night, something else lived behind those high walls. And though I could not explain it, I knew one thing for certain. There was a secret inside that mansion, one that the world was not ready to hear. The whispers of the young billionaire haunted my sleep. Everyone in the village feared him but bowed when his jeeps rumbled past. Some said his money was clean, some said it was stained with blood, but no one had proof. I thought myself clever, until I tried sneaking into his house and failed. That night I swore never to try again. But the hunger didn't die. Weeks passed, and all I thought about was how does he make his money. The mansion, the cars, the lavish parties, it was endless. And Chuka was still so young. Too young. I couldn't rest until I found out. So when I heard they were looking for more workers in his estate, I disguised myself. I told them I could handle gardening, cleaning, even carrying loads if necessary. By evening, I was in. And that was the beginning of my nightmare. Working in Chuka's mansion was like stepping into another world. Marble floors that reflected your face, chandeliers bigger than my entire sitting room back home, guards with guns at every corner. Even the air smelled expensive. Yet, for all his riches, Chuka never lifted a finger to work. He just laughed, hosted endless parties, and sprayed money until the ground turned green with naira notes. People said he had connections. Others swore it was luck. But I had my doubts. The strange things I noticed kept piling. First, his poo. Everyone in the house avoided it. They swept near it but never looked directly at the water. Once, when I asked another worker why, she only shook her head violently, muttered a prayer under her breath, and walked away. Chuka himself. He walked with a calm smile, but behind that smile was something I can't describe. Something cold. I noticed how his eyes lingered too long on some people, especially the ladies he invited near the pool at night. I tried to ignore these signs. I told myself, maybe I'm imagining things. But one night, midnight precisely, I found myself at the hibiscus hedge near the pool. I wasn't supposed to be there. Workers had strict boundaries, and anyone caught loitering near the pool would be dismissed, or worse. But my curiosity dragged me there, silent as a thief. That was when I saw him. Chuka stepped out of the house, his white flowing outfit gleaming under the moonlight. He wasn't alone. A tall, slender woman followed him, dressed in a silver gown that sparkled with every step. Her heels clicked against the tiles, her bracelets jingled softly. She looked nervous, though she tried to mask it with laughter. "Why are we out here?" she asked in a playful tone. But I could hear the unease in her voice. Chuka smiled, that same smile that had deceived many. "This is where I bring special people," he said smoothly. The woman tilted her head. "Special? You mean, me?" Chuka chuckled, guiding her closer to the pool. His hand was firm around her waist. "Yes. You're beautiful. You deserve to see what no one else sees." The moonlight reflected off the pool, casting eerie ripples that seemed to move on their own. My heart pounded. I wanted to look away, but my eyes stayed glued. The woman stopped short. She glanced at the water, then back at him. "Why does it feel so strange?" Chuka's voice dropped low, almost a whisper. "It won't hurt. Just trust me." He stepped closer, his grip tightening. She laughed nervously, shifting slightly as if sensing danger. From where I hid, I saw everything, the way he angled his body, the way he positioned her steps from the pool's edge. I knew what was about to happen, though my mind refused to accept it. And then, in one swift motion, Chuka moved. His body lunged, hands pushing against her back. But the unexpected happened. The woman spun like lightning. In a blink, her hands shot up, clutching his arm. With a sharp twist of her hips, she used his own momentum against him. Chuka's eyes widened. His feet slipped on the wet tiles. his arms flailed. And then, he fell. The splash echoed like thunder across the silent night. Water sprayed into the air. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. The woman staggered back, staring into the pool. Her chest rose and fell as though she couldn't believe what she had done. I crouched lower, my heart hammering so violently I thought it might break my ribs. The pool grew quiet. Too quiet. And then it happened. The water began to glow. A cold, bluish light spread beneath the surface, shimmering like ghostly fire. The woman gasped, her bracelets rattling as she covered her mouth. Bundles of naira began rising, wet, fresh, endless bundles of cash floating to the surface. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run. But I was frozen, my fingers digging into the tree trunk beside me. Chuka was gone. Vanished. No trace of him remained, only the money, mocking, daring, calling. The woman stumbled back, then turned and bolted, her heels clattering against the tiles until the night swallowed her footsteps. I remained, crouched, shaking, watching the curse pool shimmer with Chuka's secret. The rumors had been true. The whispers had not lied. He had been feeding the pool. Feeding it with lives. That was how his wealth never finished. That was how he became the young billionaire. And now, the pool had claimed him too. I should have run. But all I could do was stare at the floating money, as a voice inside me whispered. Take it. I ran, I didn't stop running until my legs could carry me no more. That night by the poolside never left me. My body trembling, my eyes fixed on the shimmering bundles of money floating where Chuka had disappeared. They looked fresh, crisp, irresistible. Every part of me screamed to reach out, to take just one bundle, to escape with a fortune. But fear held me down like iron chains. What if the pool wanted me next? What if touching the money tied me to whatever darkness lived inside it? From that night, I never returned to work at the mansion. I left without explanation. No one came to ask why. And strangely, no one asked about Chuka either. At first, people thought he had traveled. His convoy of jeeps was gone. The mansion grew quiet. The endless parties stopped. Some villagers whispered he had relocated abroad. Others said he had joined politics in another state. Some even claimed he had been seen in Lagos. But the truth? I carried it alone. The mansion still stands. Its gates locked, its windows silent. Weeds now creep along the driveway where jeeps once roared. Children dare each other to run past it at night. Elders shake their heads whenever his name is mentioned. But no one knows. No one dares to know. Only me. And sometimes, late at night, I lie awake and regret. Regret that I ran. Regret that I didn't grab even a single bundle. With just one, I could have changed my life forever. I could have escaped poverty, built my own empire. But then, the fear returns. Because what if that money carried a curse? What if, the moment I touched it, something followed me home? I close my eyes and see the pool glowing. I hear the splash. I see Chuka's shocked face as he fell. And I know, it is better to live poor and free, than rich and damned. To this day, no one in the village has heard from Chuka. His name remains a mystery, his wealth an unanswered question. Some call him a legend, others call him a ghost. But me, I call him a warning. Because I know where he went. I know what took him. And I pray, the pool never calls my name.